Alright, age 45 is the year that I discovered stick walking and took it as far as I could to better understand how my body reacts to that type of exercise. I had a lot of enthusiasm for doing it, for doing a lot of stick walking around different places, trying different lengths and sizes, and it was a lot of fun, and it still is, but it took me a while to really get into a comfortable just position on that type of activity. It feels good to stick walk. It gets the blood going from the arms, takes pressure off of the knees and the back, so I could walk for longer periods of time and not have the same leg fatigue that I used to have. And I really enjoyed that feeling of taking that fatigue away from my knees, mostly my knees. When I went on big walks, I'll have like really stiff knees, but with walking sticks I took it away and put pressure on my shoulders and my elbows, and the muscle tissue there. And it started out with walking sticks. I was feeling pains in the front of my shoulders, and I needed to do like exercises to reverse that pain. And then later I was getting like a tennis elbow, and it got very severe. But yeah, I'm not feeling it now because I worked the biceps more. But it got really bad because I was not weightlifting. All I had was a 45-pound plate, and it was the Walmart style, the weeder, and I did not like it because I felt like it was cutting into my hand. It had a very sharp edge in the inner part, so it was not very enjoyable. I eventually traded that in for a better plate again, sports 45-pound plate. And then I started using that plate more. Then I got the kettlebell, and then a 25-pound kettlebell, and learned about front swinging and how much I really enjoy front swinging. It's like something you do with a child. You sit there and do the front swing and have fun, and you really get a really good exercise. And it helps support me sitting. For all the hours I put into sitting in my car, it helps reverse that damage. So I took the stick walking to as far as I could, and started developing the problems. The worst was the elbow pains, but I made things worse, even worse, because I knew that working the biceps was going to help alleviate that. So I started doing more pull-ups. I'd stop at just in general places and do pull-ups with the sticks, working on my pull-up strength. I was getting stronger with pull-ups, but then suddenly I started developing breathing problems because of that strength imbalance. Just doing the pull-ups were creating a strength in one way, but I was not doing many other exercises with outside of stick walking exercises. So I started developing those types of problems that I've never experienced before. And it's taken me a while to really understand the problems from the stick walking and how to deal with that. So I had to stop doing pull-ups to alleviate the elbow pain, and I was like, I was getting rid of the pain, but then the breathing problems developed. So it's taken me towards the end of age 45 to really work with the breathing problems. The breathing problems affected my digestion. I mean, my digestion was bad anyway, coming into age 45. I did suffer a real bad flare-up a few months ago, and that took me down for a week. It started out with pain in the gut, and then it turned into an infection. I'm still trying to fight that, and my new strategy is more onion flakes in my diet. Throw onions in yogurt. I found onion flakes taste good with peanuts, and onion flakes taste good with yogurt. Makes it taste like French onion dip. And I still get digestion problems, but the towards the end of 45, the digestive problems got so bad with the breathing problems. The breathing problems were just the start of it. It's like diaphragm problems. The diaphragm controls the digestion and breathing, so it's like a combination of those problems. And I know a lot of it too that is upper back, and it's just being hunched over, having a bad posture. I've been trying to work on stretching the upper back. I've been trying for years to deal with the lack of flexibility in my upper back. So it's just something I've been really struggling with, but it really got bad doing more pull-ups with the walking sticks. So I've took the walking sticks to the extreme, trying various lengths and various approaches, ideas for exercise with the walking sticks. And I had like 6 walking sticks up to 8 feet long in here. Now I'm down to just one pair of walking sticks at 5 foot, and they're a little bit more limited use. I'm not going crazy with walking sticks. Instead, I've turned back to more weightlifting, carrying weights in this car, which I was so hesitant about. I was much happier to bring in walking sticks and try to rely on them to be my sole focus for fitness, but they cause problems if abused, if I try to take walking sticks too far. So I brought weightlifting in more. I started out with chains in the summer of age 44. Actually, I've had these chains for a while. I got a lot of chains. I got up to 70 pounds of chain, and that was about eight chains, and now I'm down to two chains. I dumped them, and those chains, they have more of a limited use now, and I'm relying on. I got an extra 45 and a curl bar, so I'm relying on 45s, and just recently, in the past couple of weeks, I got 25s. I had 25s at about age 42, I think, and I dumped them because I wasn't happy with them. I didn't like the handles. The handles were crushing my hands, but these 25s don't crush my hands, so I'm happier with them. But I had to bring weightlifting back in so that I could work the upper part of my shoulder for exercise, try to stiffen out and straighten out this strength and flexibility and balance that I have developed sitting in the car. So that's one thing that's really seemed to my fitness seems to have improved with the use of walking sticks and then bringing weights back into the car. And my diet, I was happy with my diet, but I got into some real addictions with honey and bread, and I would eat until my stomach was about to explode a lot. I'd have potatoes, and then I'd be like, oh, you know, I'm full. And then I'm like, look, let me finish up with some bread and honey. And then suddenly I realize I'm not full so much. So I eat beyond my means. And just recently I got a food scale. And I'm working with my overeating now, because that's also contributed to, I had my breathing problems and then my digestive problems, which are a result of overeating too often. And it's not just overeating, it's also I'm hunched over in this car and I'm squeezing down and everything as I'm eating. So I think I've developed kind of a hiatal hernia problem, and I get problems while eating, and even in like 1 pound increments, I do get some problems in the gut region, and throughout 45, to my age of 45, I was just overeating a lot. These are unique problems for me. I'm sure nobody else has got these type of health issues from just these particular habits of living in a car and being a big eater and wanting to exercise. As I exercise more and more, I want to eat more and more. So that's a problem it's catching up with me as I get older. As I'm going through age 46, I need to deal with that more, because it feels like things are closing down. I'm just tightening things up and closing things down, and I want to open things up and take the pressure off these organs, because it feels like it's just bringing me closer to a death, a demise that's very preventable, and yeah, I got to deal with that addiction. So there's a collection of things that I really need to work on. That you know, in my 20s, I could get through, you know, without thinking about it. Now I got to really be more conscientious of how I eat and exercise because of those strength imbalances and flexibility imbalances and digestion imbalances.